And kind of the basic concept of the play is it's versus an odd front. We're going to run basically outside zone, and we're going to deal the ball off of this outside linebacker here in an odd front, okay? We'll arc the perimeter, so the slot here will arc the run support, the wide out will block the deep defender, and the fullback has basically the play side linebacker. Up front, we're running outside zone, so this is kind of the genesis of the play, and I'll just let this roll, but this is really not what I wanted to show you here. But this is against K-State in the bowl game, and I'll give it to you. It's not a great job by our left tackle here. All right, but they stem here to an odd front. And basically what we're doing on this play, quarterback check just got us in a good play here. But basically all we're doing here is we're running outside zone, okay? We're scooping the backside. The quarterback's going to pitch off of this outside linebacker, okay? And obviously we got to pitch back. And then the fullback's going to run the levels for the Mike linebacker. And then we arc the perimeter, but this is just kind of the genesis of the play. The left tackle could obviously have done a better job there. He's kind of working inside when he doesn't need to be. But that's really, like I said, not what I was wanting to show you the play for that look, all right? But what has happened is it's become a great goal line and short yardage play. And the play is typically run out of we call it a flex set, but we take our wide receiver. We don't play with a lot of tight ends, and we get him in a tight alignment, okay? And we can run it versus an odd front. We can run it versus an even front. We can run it versus 4-3. We can run it versus, 4-2-5. It really doesn't matter. And then we communicate it inside here. But again, what we're doing here is this is the purest form of it, okay, is we're bringing motion across, okay, and this guy is basically the kick guy, okay, so he's going to block the run support guy coming off the edge, okay, all right. The wide receiver here is going to block this outside linebacker, and then again up front, we're just going to run outside zone, and this slot is going to work the levels, and then this fullback's going to run the levels. So obviously there's a lot of bodies going over here to the right. Okay, there is no option on this particular football play. Okay, you can run it out of the shotgun, you can run it with a tight end, but you got a really good dynamic guy, you got an extra hat in there by using the fullback and getting the back across. But this play's been just a really, really good football play for us over the years. I'll slow this down again. The wide receiver is going to block the outside linebacker. We're going to zone the 4 technique and work the levels, scooping it backside. And what we let this slot do here, this play side slot, is he's going to try to work this 5 technique area. Okay, if this guy becomes a 5 technique, he's basically going to deliver him, and they're going to kind of roll this 5 technique off, and he can work off to an inside backer. But if this outside linebacker here pinches, okay, what he'll do is he'll work the levels. He just kind of works off this wide receiver's block to a linebacker, okay? But again, we're using the motion guy here to basically be the trap guy, okay? And again, it's almost just kind of student body right here. Just trying to, to outnumber them here. This was late in the game. We did not want to pitch the football. We didn't want any option going on right here. But this is just, they know what's coming. Here it is. Come stop it. And we're just going to see if they can get enough hats over there to stop it. Obviously, we got great play action pass off of it. We also have option off of it we can run. All right, this is late in the game against Air Force, and it's really to win the football game. Just a few seconds left. It's kind of the same concept. All right, but this play, as you can tell, we have motion by the backside slot. Okay, we could kick the ball off of this corner. Okay, so if this corner really came hard off the edge, this is a true option play where we could now take the ball, pitch off the first guy outside the wide receiver's block and make this an option play. And then the fullback could run the levels, okay, maybe to the safety. All right. But again, to win the football game, I think they had a pretty good idea. It was coming. All right, my video is getting a little choppy here. All right, but again, this is a true option play. Now, what happens is when the wide receiver goes to block this outside linebacker and he opens up and gets outside, obviously the quarterback sees that and he's going to just tuck it inside. So it would kind of eliminate this option outside here. But again, it's just outside zone blocking up front. Okay, our slot and our B-backs are running the levels. And again, the proof's in the pudding. We basically have 6 of the top 10 rushing quarterback seasons in college football history. Okay. And as I go through this, I'll get you some looks for some even fronts as well. All right, against Notre Dame, pretty good crew here. All right, again, when this guy comes across, again, typically he is, if we were running this and this was an option play, we would block here, we would run our zone scheme here. All right, this guy would come around, and this 28 here, this corner, would be our pitch guy. That's who we would deal the ball off. Okay, typically when we bring this guy across, there's going to be no option involved. Now, we obviously can run plays back the other way. We can bring this guy around in motion. Once this guy gets set, we have play action to take care of all that. But again, just a really, really good football play. All right, it can hit inside, it can hit outside, and it's just getting the ball in a dynamic runner's hands, okay, and getting him at the point of attack. All right, see if we can get this from the end zone. And then I'll try to get you a few more looks in here against different looks. All these were odd to start with. All right, I don't really know what our left tackle is doing right here, okay, but the slot kind of bails him out there to get this play started. I don't really know why he's stepping with his inside foot. But again, obviously helps having a dynamic runner. And doesn't look like there's a lot of creases in there, but there are. All right, and I think we have here versus an even front versus SMU. You see there on the scoreboard, we were kicking our butt there for a while. All right, so I'll go through this as we get going. All right, again, now running this versus an even front. I'll kind of talk you through this. All right. So what we do here versus an even front versus a 4-3 defense is this wide receiver is going to block, okay, the outside linebacker. 16 is now our pitch guy. Okay, now we'll run just basically outside zone here, and these two guys will work the 5 technique up to the Mike backer. Okay, we're going to base the 5. We try to zone this. It does look like they run a linebacker through here. And we'll see how we did picking that up. There we go. Pretty good job by our center and our left guard handling that. But it's just outside zone. All right. Again, the guy we're trying to pitch the ball off here is the corner. Now, here's the thing we'll do. Okay, so obviously we'll try to pitch the ball off this guy at times, but then the safety will fit up outside of it. Okay, and then if you get the ball pitched, you really can't get to the safety. So it looks like what we had on here was, again, a outside zone play, and we were just using the fullback as the trap guy to kick out the support guy. So again, even though there's the illusion that there's an opportunity to run option here, there is no option. Okay, so it's just outside zone with the quarterback. Okay, and versus an even front, these guys just get up to the line of scrimmage and communicate and let each other know that they're working the 5 technique to the mic. These guys communicate that they're obviously working the gaps here. All right, the wide receiver always, when we tag it this way, is blocking the outside linebacker, okay, or the overhang player. All right, and then if that guy goes, he doesn't do a great job there. He should have kept working the levels up to the Mike linebacker.